Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mediak. And I'm gonna have to address the elephant in the room. I did indeed get a haircut, and it does look fantastic. We're
Really does.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So we're back this week again with another Dokkan discussion. I wanted to come back because we're officially out of the worldwide. Global and JP are actually synced. So this is an interesting time in the community, and I wanted to get together with Skylar and talk about our opinions on what's going on right now. Skylar, just as a general start, what was your opinion of like this worldwide
It was
compared
good,
to others?
not
Just
great.
good? Yeah, that's fair.
Mm, yeah, I would say I think, this one was a little lackluster in the fact of, like, easy A's and other characters, things like that, and I really wanted, like, not it doesn't have to be, like, new
Right,
content, like, oh, a completely new stage, but
right.
I really did like the other missions that were
Yeah.
in that would give,
No,
like,
I agree
well,
fully.
yeah.
Actually, I disagree on one part. I think the Easy A's were actually fantastic. I think the Easy
N
A's
not
were
the
way
quality
better.
EZA, the amount, that we didn't have a
Well,
lot of sub EZAs.
oh, you're right. We had basically no sub. We actually didn't have any sub EZAs, right? The entire thing.
I don't think
But we did have a
so.
substantial amount of actual EZAs, and all of the EZAs that came out were actually
Pretty good.
good. Yeah, Skylar will
Well,
disagree about one of them.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever. But I still think he is very usable.
he's
Not
mid. He's
No,
not
I think
bad,
he's
he's
pretty
mid.
good. I think he's pretty good. He's a pretty. We're talking about Int Broly. I think he is pretty solid. Skylar thinks he's dog shit.
I don't think he's dog shit, I
Yeah,
think he's just actually mid. I'd rather
right.
not run him than run him.
But literally every other EZA that came out during the worldwide was fantastic. I had zero complaints in the EZA department. I wish they maybe held on to some people. No, all the people
No,
that they
I think
used
he had
were
a good
pretty
pitch.
accurate because they were pretty old. They needed an EZA. Maybe Int Broly we could have waited a little bit with him.
Yeah,
I
that's alright.
really enjoyed STR
Easy
Bro
Super EZA really?
yeah, the Super Easy A Broly. I think he's fantastic. I love him so much. One of my favorite cards to run in the game right now. I think
I
honestly
think
all of the Easy A's I feel like they're must runs except for
I
the
think
Int
this is
Broly.
one that you might agree with. I think it would've been an overall huge jump up if they would've swapped the Int Broly EZA for the old LR STR Broly Super EZA.
Yeah, and then they
That
just put
would've
the
been much better.
Super Easy. They just put some like sub Easy A there. Imagine if STR Trunks Super Easy A. I mean not sub Easy A in that
Yeah.
slot except instead of the STR Super Easy A. I think that would have been like a little bit better for preserving characters in the future and giving a little bit more usability to these subs because I feel like that's super necessary, especially for that card. Or maybe it would have been weird to sub Easy A that card without actually Easy Aing Int Broly. That wouldn't have worked. Or I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't
super
know.
sure.
They
I
might
didn't.
have
I
done it the
forgot.
best way, but I would've liked to see
Yeah,
the LR Super EZA,
yeah, that
but
would have been cool. I don't know actually. That's
I don't know. It's tough.
I
What
think they're
what they
saving the
did was better.
LR
That was
Super
better.
Easy A for the anniversary in January, which is pretty sick. Um,
Ooh,
I think the biggest thing that was lacking was missions and events because we only got what two new events. We got another
Supreme
miraculous,
Magnificent Battle.
yeah, Supreme Magnificent Battle, and then the Broly event.
And then we
And
also got the memorable
yeah, I
battles.
was just about to actually say that. I just remembered that. Yeah, but I remember at least in the cooler one, I don't remember last year's all that well, but we had this like insanely difficult cooler movie themed event where they had these very specific type of, you know what I'm talking about, where it was like stage one where it was like, oh, you have to beat it really fast, and stage two it was like you have to beat 40
Oh,
metal coolers and stuff like that. I thought that was like innovative and creative, and it used the movies and the themes in a way that was different and I enjoyed. We didn't really get that this time, and we got that Broly mission,
mm,
but that Broly mission wasn't fun. I don't know if
I
that
think
makes sense,
we
but they weren't creative with it.
I think we got it, but the missions they gave weren't as good. They made you use
Yeah,
specific named characters, like, you had to
yeah.
use, like,
What
the
the
named characters of all the new cards, which, thankfully, it wasn't just the new cards,
Yeah.
you could use older ones, but I would've liked it if they were, like, beat it with 2, like, Super Saiyan hybrid Saiyans instead of,
Yeah. It
like, Super
or
Saiyan Gohan.
Or it
Like,
would have been fun, like, uh, if they had a very specific type of battle instead of being like, beat this with a Super Saiyan Goku or a Paragus. It would have been like, beat this with one Namekian, two Hybrid Saiyans, and then two Pure Saiyans on your team. Like, imagine that, because that's the squad that went up against Broly. That would be so fun if they were like, you have to have these specific groups all on one team, and then you have to come together and design a team that has two Hybrid Saiyans, two Pure Saiyans, and a Namekian. That would have been crazy. That would have been super fun. But we got
or if they
some
did
bullshit.
like a character whose name contains and then just like Gohan,
Yeah,
Trunks, Goku, and then
yeah,
it could be the trio, and you can get it all done. You could do a Goku Gohan, you could
that
do
would
a
have been
Trunks a
cool. Yeah,
Gohan, and then a Goku.
yeah, I would
You
have
bring
liked
up
that.
Paragus, and I actually think if he just wasn't included, this free to play would be one of the better ones they've ever released.
I'm not going to
Um,
lie. I don't know what. Oh, the fucking
Protect
Bio
Paragus.
Broly. Yeah,
Yeah, they have Tech Bio Broly, they have Fizz Bio Broly, and they have the
yeah.
Int Kid Trunks. They're all pretty
I've
decent.
never
For
used the
free to
Kid
play, the
Trunks.
free to play LR Bio Broly is
Amazing. My
ridiculously
favorite
good.
card in this
The
entire
other two are
worldwide.
good and serve a good purpose.
Yeah,
Paragus is thrown in the middle of nowhere.
yeah.
He's
Well,
not
I
good.
don't I would never use the Trunks or the Paragus, so I don't really care. But there I
Oh,
have I don't
but
know.
there is a reason because of the Fizz, Goten, and Trunks. If they have another one,
No, no, I
they
have
get extra
two
stuff.
characters that are way better than that one. It's
Yeah, but not everybody does.
what? Yes, they're the most common. The Trunks and the Goten from the Bio Broly movie. They're super common. I have them 100%. They have 70% damage reduction. They're amazing. They're really good, actually.
But what about new players? New players,
They're so common. You can get them on every banner. They're sub easy A's.
maybe. But either way, I still think it's
Yeah.
good to add more
No,
options.
totally. Yeah, and I'm happy he's not dog
But
shit. That's always a plus.
yeah, that is always a huge plus. And
And
then
speaking of the Goten and Trunks, that Easy 8 are amazing. One of my favorite cards in this entire game. Them and that Goten. I use the Goten, the Int Goten instead of the Tech Trunks. I just think Int Goten's a little bit better. That's one of my favorite rotations. Speaking of rotations and speaking of Easy A's, my favorite rotation in the game right now is the brand new Easy A that we got right at the end of the worldwide, which was the Tech Gogeta, which goes perfectly with my STR Vegito, and they work in unison as this amazing little bundle of team, and they're so good. I best rotation in the history of Dokkan because they show every link. It's so awesome. I love them so much.
I would also, since you're talking about Tech Vegeta, I would like to
Hmm.
mention that I think a big part of the EZAs being so good is that these two were at the end. The Janemba and the Tech Gogeta, they really like kind of hit it.
I don't
They
like
really hit
Janemba
it
that much.
home.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's all
I
that
like
crazy.
Janemba. He's okay.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean, that
okay.
team's already so set with
Yeah,
everything from this celebration that it's kind of like if you didn't get one, here's another option.
yeah. Well, I
But the Tech
honestly I
Gogeta
didn't
was
get
really
it. The
needed.
only card I actually pulled from banners this entire worldwide was the Broly, the Tech Broly from the first part. So I honestly still don't have
Um,
room for Janemba without the new Int Broly. It's such a stacked team at the moment. It's one of the best teams in the game, if not the best team in
Most
the game.
people also would not run the Int Broly, the Int Easy A Broly over the
No,
Janemba.
I don't
Oh,
run
he's not
Int
on the
Easy.
team?
Why would I do that? No, there's so many better cards than him.
I mean, are you going full oh, wait, you don't have the Int Broly, so you don't need full uncontrollable wait, you do need full
No, I do
uncontrollable
have
power.
uncontrollable power. It's full. I can't. I could pull it up right now, but I'm not going to. I'm sorry. I don't remember
That's
who
okay,
what my
that's okay. I
team
was trying
is.
to think of your
I
team.
would. I don't
Um,
know. I usually I needed and liked Int Broly because they had those missions that were like you have to have one of each of the typings on it, and I just kind of needed him to do that. So he helped
oh,
out and was actually very usable and impressive to me. Uh, you pulled all of the new units, right? Which one did you
no,
miss?
don't have the family
Gohan?
coming out.
Okay. Well, which one of the three do you have? Do you think is the best one?
Um, Honestly, after using them, like, a fair amount, I think the Tech Broly is the best.
He's so good, man. He's one of my favorite cards to ever come out in the game. I
His
really,
design is actually, like, ridiculous.
yeah.
It's so good. It's
I
one of the best
think
designs I've
without
ever
a
seen.
doubt, 100%. And it's so versatile and creative, and you could do different things with it. That's what versatile means. I don't know why I said that. Um, yeah,
It's so true.
it's so true. He's crazy. He's honestly insane. Yeah, he's just like a great guy, dude. You put him wherever you need him to go in the first slot, or if they don't really hit very hard anyway, just transform him immediately because he's just him. He's gonna blast through everything because he does a million damage. Crazy card.
Yeah, I really like being, because opening rotation RNG usually kills me, and him just being able to, like if he's on rotation, I'm like, "Ah, okay,
Yeah.
deal with it."
Oh, okay, cool.
And
Yeah,
then,
no,
like,
don't have
he'll
to
just
worry about it.
instantly
Oh yeah, 90% damage
yeah,
reduction.
but,
He does that in his sleep.
that's why I think he's a little bit better than the Fizz trio, is because if I get bad opening RNG with the Fizz trio, they can't go slot 1, they'll get me killed,
I don't have them,
but
so I
Tech
can't
Broly
say
can.
anything.
What is it? They need to 18 key first,
Hmm.
and then they're kinda like, "Okay, I can go slot 1 pretty much every time." But it's that first 18 key. Like, they can like,
Right.
turn 1 very first time they're on, they cannot.
Right.
But Tech Broly can. So, Tech Broly is never not in my slot 1.
Okay, and then here's a different question, a more complicated question. It's not who do you think is your best. Give me your top three favorite cards to come out during the celebration. One, two, three. Go
Um,
go go best to worst.
like, best quality or my favorite
Best
to least
favorite, best
favorite?
favorite, best favorite to least favorite.
Okay, I would say
Only three.
that Tech Broly is my 1. I
Number
always run
one.
him.
Okay, he's him.
I would say that the free-to-play LR Bio Broly is my
Okay.
2. He's
Valid.
so cool,
Yes.
he's so
Yes.
fun.
Yes.
And he has the target mechanic, and I love the target
Oh,
mechanic.
he's so good.
Um,
He's so broken. Who broke him? It was
and
me.
then,
I manifested that, by the way. That was me.
mm, and then the Fizz trio, I like their standby and their, KO screen a lot.
That's
So,
a good one. I
it's,
think. Shit.
the KO screen where Goku flies into the ship and he throws the peace sign with everybody around him.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking. Okay. 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 Um. Is are you
But like
throwing the
that, I
question back
really
on
like that.
me? If but I don't
Yeah,
know if
I am.
okay. Okay. Cool. I didn't want to jump to conclusions because I was thinking about what I wanted to do with my
I just wasn't
order
done.
in this.
I wasn't done finishing my sentence yet.
No, that was my bad. Go ahead. Continue. Or is the sentence done now?
No, I'm all good now. I just needed to talk about the KO screen.
The little beep. I like
Yeah,
when he
that
explodes.
was
I
all.
know we talked about that last time, but I think that's really funny. Just
Yeah, when he dives
he
over
just
top.
it
Yeah,
blasts out of the frame. It's so funny. It's 2 frames. It's so good.
it is.
Um.
Alright, Zach. Who are your 3
Oh,
favorites?
it's
Well,
number
first of
one.
all, do you think Tech Broly's the best out of all the cards that you've obtained? Not just, like, gotten from summons, but I'm including Easy A's
No,
too.
not even close.
Who
No.
do you think is the
Why?
best?
No, it's close. Gogeta is definitely the best one, easily. Like I keep saying like these the descriptors like it's like this giant gap between the two, but that's not true at all. Because Gogeta's gonna be good forever. You know that's his thing. He's if he's good forever, and he's only gonna get better, especially if you don't transform him early. But Broly, after a while, he's just slowly gets worse as the thing goes on. I think they're both amazing, but I do think Gogeta is just better because he can last longer. Pause. Um, um. So, I'm sorry.
That was
So
awesome.
my favorite card to come out of the worldwide is easily. Skylar, can you guess it? It's not even a competition.
Yeah, it's the LR Bio
Yeah,
Broly. It's literally the Zac LR.
without even a fucking doubt. I
It's
needed
the
this
Zac
thing.
LR.
It's the Zach LR. I wanted it so badly. I saw that it was an LR and I screamed the night that I saw it. It made me
Yeah,
so happy.
um fun fact, whenever we found out, I can guess under 2 minutes, I received a text that
Probably,
said,
yeah.
"Oh my god, Bio Broly. Oh my
Yeah.
god, Bio
It's
Broly.
so
He's an
fucking
LR. He's
sick,
an
dude.
LR. He's an
It's so
LR."
cool. It was made for me. That's what I was saying. I manifested it. I thought about it so much that it came real. It wasn't a summonable unit, but you know what? I still won at the end of the day.
'Cause you didn't have to you couldn't get
I
shafted
yeah, I
by him.
had
You
him.
were
I just
guaranteed.
had him. I just guaranteed got him, and he's broken, and I love him, and he makes me so happy. My number
Who are
two,
your 2 and 3?
yeah, my number two is Gogeta probably because Gogeta is crazy, and he has the best one of my well, no, he has the best rotation in the game. And then my number three is Goten and Trunks. They're easy because I just like it a lot. It was a fun rotation, and they do many damages. And my number four would be Broly. Broly was number three, But when you said Golden Trio, for some reason it made me think of Goten and Trunks and Krillin, and then I was like, oh, I like them a lot, so I just threw them in number three. He does it.
What was
He
it?
hits him with his fucking face whenever he does his spin in. He goes whoosh, psh, and just face plants into them. That's his attack. It's so great.
Uh, my favorite like rotation in the game, since you brought up yours, is
Mm.
actually the Tech Broly one. Because
Oh yeah, yeah. That
yeah,
easy
the
A.
Tech EZA LR and then the new Tech
Yeah,
LR. Because regardless of if that first Broly is transformed or not, he's locking down slot one, and then I
yeah.
have a 28 million attack stat.
Oh, dude.
It's like twice, and I gave my Tech LR EZA Broly a full offensive build just so he kills whatever's in front of him.
If he
Um,
is in turn one, and you leave him on rotation, and he does two stacks, God, dude, you better pray for whatever you're going up against because they can't handle it.
yeah, I've
It's gonna
hit
be
like
crazy.
over 68 million
Yeah,
like multiple
he's
times. It
insane.
is
He really is.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Ridiculous
wow, the
doesn't even
first
begin
one's
to
popping like
describe
a
it.
23 million attack stat into like a 68.
Yeah,
It's it's so
it's
awesome. It's
awesome.
so
I love
awesome.
it so much. It makes me so happy.
Do you have a favorite event that came out of this? Like
No,
we talked about the three hard contents. You don't like any of
no,
them?
I don't like any of them. I think all of them are lame and unfun and generic. I there was one series of events. Oh, it was the Gogeta and the Janemba. I think those were the best events to come out of this
They were very
because
difficult.
they're creative. No, I don't think they were super hard. I didn't like
They
stumble and
murdered
fall
me.
on them like the very first Cell Max or when Red Zone came out. It wasn't like that kind of difficult.
Oh no, no, no. I don't think anything will repeat that that
But that was
AGL
like
Broly.
that was the
Nothing will
fun.
repeat that.
Those two memories like of difficulty are the peak of like Dokkan fun events in my opinion. Because I couldn't beat either of them whenever they came out the Cell Max or the Red Zone. It was too difficult. This one was really fun because they did different things with them. Oh, also the Gohan with the domain. I think his was fun because he did crits and he lowered your key and that was different, like something I wasn't expecting.
I did like that one.
Uh, I don't know. I liked some of them. I liked how they were getting more creative. They weren't super hard, but I did enjoy how creative they were getting with some of the new events.
I am gonna tag along with what you were saying. I really like the enemy territory stuff.
Yeah,
I think it was so cool. Well, because one, it helps boost like just the overall effectiveness of
territories. Yeah,
domain. Yeah.
yeah,
So being able to be like, oh well, this person now can now get rid of that territory, so like they're a little bit better. Like in
yeah.
my mind, they're a little bit better for this event than if they
Exactly.
couldn't.
I think the
But
exact same thing.
um, first thing, that boss with the territory up is like a new like difficulty that I think is gonna stick around with the crits.
Yeah,
Um,
that was great too.
like
I
the
like
orb
that.
changing, the lowering key, they're gonna start doing like absolutely
Orb changing is
ridiculous
not
stuff.
new though. Like we've had orb changing before. I
Yeah,
was
we've had orb
shocked
changing before,
genuinely
but we haven't
whenever
had
I
like a
saw him
giant
crit.
combination of
Yeah. No,
multiple
I
of
get
these
what
at
you
the
mean.
same
Yeah.
time.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. But I like seeing him crit was crazy. I really wasn't expecting that whenever I saw that for the first time.
Oh, I also really liked the Super Saiyan Goku one.
I don't
Where
remember
every
that
time
one.
you hit him, he builds up attack to where his one
Like
attack
Kid
can
Buu.
one shot you. Um,
Kid Buu did that to me. He
yeah,
was a hard event actually. Like he took me a while to
he
beat.
still
Like
is.
genuinely, I still
He
think
still is
he's hard.
hard.
Yeah, he still is really hard. He took me a while to
But
beat.
I like that Goku because he doesn't really let your characters build up at all. And like every time you additional, you're just making him stronger. And then
Yeah,
that one attack is a super attack, like every time. And if you've gone through like a turn of like a ton of additionals and like the brawlers are going crazy, and then you see that attack like slot one on your next rotation, you better hope that you have somebody who can take that attack, or you will
you
die,
probably
or
don't
hope you
too.
have a revive up or somebody who can dodge. But I really like that event because that event caught me off guard so many times because I didn't think I hit him that much. And then
Yeah,
I checked back in and I saw that I got hit for like 5 million. And I'm like, oh, all right. And then I, just go back to the loading screen. I'm like, all
you're
right,
like
we're going to run
shit.
this again.
Okay,
This time I'm
well,
going to pay attention.
it's one of those
Yeah, this
times where you
time,
put your phone down for a second, you look back. You put your phone down in confidence, and then you look back and you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Wait, why am I on the title
Yeah, I
screen?
was like, why am I looking at this? This is not the screen I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
looking at. It's supposed to be green.
Wait. Why do I not see the little star at the end of the screen?
Yeah, yeah. Where's
Yeah.
where's the thing that tells me that I just did a mission? What the fuck? I'm confused.
Yeah, but,
Skylar, I have a quick
yeah.
question. Well, actually, this is not a quick question. It's a very important question. What's the most important part of this worldwide download celebration?
Like, the thing that I think they have to continue to get right every single time.
No, there is a correct statement. What specifically about the 2024 worldwide download celebration is so important and more important than every other worldwide and probably every other celebration?
So, if this is your answer, it's the fact that they have LR Bio Broly.
Yes, that's
Um,
correct. Without a
yeah, if
doubt.
it's mine,
Without a
it's
single
that they
doubt.
actually made all the characters pretty good,
Well,
and the part 1
God
didn't
damn it,
absolutely
dude.
blow the part 2 out of the
Technically,
water.
yes. I was hoping you were gonna answer this question. I was hoping I led you enough, that gave you enough information to do a transition into the next topic. But it's because this is the sync. The games are now together because this was the time period. This was the event that did it. This is the one that brought everything together. Except it's not. It's a fucking lie. It's not true in the slightest. We're missing
Technically, it
stuff.
is. They
We're
never said
missing
everything was gonna
stuff.
be out at the same time. They just said
Skylar
everything was gonna
Higgins,
come out at the same time.
how do you think it was done?
Very
It
poorly.
was terrible. They couldn't have
I
done it
think that's
worse.
pretty I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
There's, like, one moment in particular that I think if they would've done something differently, we would essentially be caught up right now,
Yeah.
and that is there was one point when which we got a repeat triple LR, like, legendary summon banner.
Yeah.
If we would've gotten, uh, Cell Max, like, then, because I think Cell Max, we already had the celebration because we already had Fizz Rosé. Um, I might be wrong on that, but if they would've done him there, we could have had AGL, Jiren out now, and then we'd only be Master Roshi behind.
Right.
And then, like, I think Master Roshi's gonna come soon. I think he's gonna squeeze in,
Well,
like,
but that brings up the
hopefully.
thing. Why? Like, why didn't they do it earlier? Because no one's gonna summon on these characters that are on JP right now that aren't on global because we don't care. You know, we don't know who they are. We don't know what they are. They're just gonna rush them out. Why? What's the point of summing on them now? It would have made more sense for them to just throw them all together, like you were saying, in a more comprehensive way. They just fucked themselves over. They lost money. It's
Um,
their fault.
I would say, yeah, I would say a lot of people weren't gonna summon for Master Roshi
Oh, big
unless
time.
they're a
Yeah.
huge Master Roshi fan.
Yeah.
But I do think they can put this celebration right in front of a hype celebration to kind of artificially give people more stones on global, just to give them because like there's EZAs, there's content, there's stuff there,
Yeah.
so they will get stones. They'll at least get like at least 100 from that with the
Maybe. Yeah.
dailies. So that's 2 summons on a banner, and it's not a lot, but it's a little bit, and then they don't really have to gift out so many because we've had Dokkan Fest LR, Dokkan Fest LR, Dokkan Fest LR, Dokkan Fest LR, Dokkan Fest LR.
Which, in my
It's bad.
opinion, is probably the worst thing to come from the sync. Like the fact that we were just
Um,
spammed with banner after banner after banner after banner. It's
yeah,
disgusting.
it was, but at the same time, I would say if they would have picked different characters, that would have been so differently. Every character they released in that month span was so incredibly
Yeah.
hype that
Yeah,
it
it was
worked.
like I had to. No, I don't think it worked. I think it was
Well, I
bad.
meant it worked to get people to buy.
Oh yeah, but
So
I think it was just like a bad move. No one's happy about it. I guarantee in that little survey, whenever they were like, did you have a problem with how many banners they came out? Like they actually said that in one of the surveys. Every person clicked that. I guarantee it because everyone had a problem with it because it was such a stupid little thing that happened. And what feedback are they getting from that? We're not having another sync, so it's not like they're gonna have to worry about that again.
It was probably like if people were like, "Oh no, I didn't mind it at all," then they were just gonna
But
bam.
what are they gonna do about it with if people did have a problem with it? They can't do something
Now
to
he's not gonna do it
compensate.
again.
Like, what are they gonna?
Yeah,
What are they gonna do? What would they do
they're just gonna
again?
they wouldn't do it again. Maybe they're anticipating with Daima as well. They're gonna
Maybe,
be
I don't
releasing
know.
cards with Daima, and then they're gonna keep their regular schedule. And they're like, "Oh, if people don't like this, we need to like figure out Daima release
Right,
schedules better." So that could
right,
be what they're kind of talking about because this is the first time that we're having new Dragon Ball
true,
content alongside Dokkan in
true.
what
But we usually
5 years?
have it like about the same time. The only time we have it was with Beast Gohan with the anniversary, but I feel like that makes sense with new
Yeah,
stuff.
we had. Yeah, we did have that one. We had Superhero whenever it was coming out, and
Yeah,
we
but that
had
was
Tournament.
together. And then Tournament Power, we did that together too. That was like a special collab. So like, it for the most part, the new stuff was always just with us. It was the friends we made all along. It was always with us. You know.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. Skylar, what was
Um,
your what's your favorite part about the sync? What's the thing that you're most excited about? And because we everyone's been asking for this, so
uh,
why have we been asking for
maybe
it?
I like the community reactions to
Yeah,
stuff coming out. It's gonna feel so much better.
it's just more
Um,
satisfying, you know.
yeah, because now it's like, oh, surprise drop Super Saiyan 3
Hmm.
Goku, and everybody's like,
Yeah,
"Oh my goodness!"
and
Or like,
before I was like, oh, I don't care because I won't see it for 6 months. You
yeah,
know,
and then like now if it's like a funny character, it's like, "Oh,
this
Fizz
is
Rat's
great.
getting his ECA." The community's gonna be like,
No
"Yes!"
fucking
Like all
way,
together,
yeah.
yeah.
We're all yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
strongest one of all time. And then like I think it's gonna be much better for that. And my next
I think
question
it's
to
good
you directly
that
is, do
people are
you
gonna
think that they have
stop.
to release
Go
do you
ahead.
think they have to release the information simultaneously, or do you care if there's like an hour difference between
Dude, they
JP getting
release
one?
it when I'm sleeping anyway, so I don't care.
I guess that is true.
They release it at like
Assuming it wasn't when you were sleeping and it was like midday for you.
I wouldn't care that much now. It's only an hour. I know an hour in internet time is forever, but my answer to that is go touch some grass and then come back when it's in English, dude.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
so if you see them post the new card at 12 on like noon, and you're like, dude, I'm so pissed. I want them to translate it right now. If you're thinking exactly that, go play soccer and then come back in, take a shower, and then the thing's gonna be translated. It's gonna be there for you, dude. I promise.
Zach, my next statement for you is, what is your rank on Dokkan?
996 or something. I'm like 3 away from max. It's pretty crazy.
All
The
right,
thing is, I
just
can
mention
still
your
be out playing soccer with my phone in my hand, touching grass while also dokoning.
true, you beat the system.
What's your least favorite part about the sync?
How it was handled, for
Yeah, it
sure.
easily was how it was handled.
Um,
Still think that
yeah,
like, there's like
yeah,
valid arguments for not being synced. I don't really
I
agree
think there
with.
is.
Yeah, no, I think the big one is like you can prepare, but it really doesn't make that much sense
It
to me
ruins
because I
the
feel
hype.
like immediately whenever you look at a banner, you can tell if you're going to summon or not, no matter
Yeah.
what. So no matter how much time you have, you don't really get that judge. And Dokkan has like a schedule. It has the Tanabata at the specific times every year. It does the anniversary at the specific times every year. It does the worldwide. So just save around the events, and then if one of the events rolls around and has really shitty cards that you don't like, good. That's more saving for the next event.
So my next like argument to that is we already do joint celebrations.
Yeah,
So like we don't prepare year round. And even at that, like Vegeta just dropped
mid
at
by
the
the way.
time of this recording. And I didn't summon. Like I didn't know what he was
I
gonna
did
be
too.
like. I saw his details and I was like, oh, I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
And he's okay.
Skylar
So
didn't feel obligated to summon because he was
yeah.
new. He was like, "Oh, I don't like him. I'm not summoning."
Yeah, and I'm like, "Well, we have anniversary in 6 months now, a very quick
Right,
turnaround for global." So I was like, "I have to save every single stone that I have unless it is something that, like,
right.
I feel like I need right now, and I
Like
do
Dragon
not
Ball
need
Heroes.
Vegeta, and I definitely do not need Toy.
Did you
Dragon Ball
see the
Heroes
new?
will not be summoned
It's
on me. I'm
so
back on
awesome,
their
man.
hate
I'm so
train. I'm
excited. I'm
back
gonna
on their
make a
hate train.
video on it and everything. Did you see the new friend banner update? I think that's
I did. I
amazing.
think it's a
I That's
great
one of the
idea.
greatest things they ever did. Because
Yeah, I
friend
like that
points
it's
were
on JP.
useless. Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't on global
Vegeta.
either. It came around on global every anniversary, but it always
Yeah,
went
but they never
away.
got it.
Yeah, that's true. They never got it ever. But I'm
Yeah,
happy it's around always because there's never a reason to use your friend points unless it was during the anniversary on global.
on
But now
global.
there's actually a
Yeah.
reason to use it. Well, not in, this is gonna sound really stupid, but keep in mind I have been playing the game for 9 years, 9.5 years. I don't really need Kais or whatever because they
Yeah,
always give me
yeah.
enough free ones to get all my cards up to level 15 and then
Yeah,
some usually. So I never really have problems with Kais, but I do remember back in the day, like I really did. So this friend
yeah.
point things is going to be such a huge advantage. It's a good thing.
I think it's really good for new players. Like,
Huge,
obviously, like,
yeah,
you're definitely in the same boat as me. I have over 200 just Kais just sitting there.
yeah,
I have 40 of the victory lights, and I have, like, 50
yeah,
of the
dude.
crystals. So, like,
I
I
have
don't
not
need
used one of
that.
those like the
I
things you
haven't used
get
them in, like, a
from
year and a
Super
half.
Battle Road. Either of them, I haven't got them in forever. I haven't used them in forever.
Yeah. So, like, I don't need Kais
Yeah.
because, like, most of mine I already have up.
Hmm.
Um, but, like, I
I'll
have
up your
some people that
Kai.
are just getting into the game for the first time, and they're always out, and
Yeah.
now they have something other than those. I'll say this for free. Never summon on those Elder Kai banners.
Yeah.
Say that for free.
Unless you make
But
like
no.
$400,000 a year, don't do it.
Yeah,
It's
unless
not
you're
worth it.
literally just like, I'm a whale, I don't care."
Yeah.
Then do it. If you're have the slightest inkling about saving money at all, do not. Um, so I'll give you that one for free.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that they did that to help newer players get some of the Kais who are stuck like between Super Battle, like before Super Battle Road and after like the quest and event stages where they can start awakening their characters because that's when the biggest jump in power is in my mind
Right.
because you go from stuff that can't kill you to stuff that if you
Can.
play wrong will kill you.
Yeah.
So
There
I
is a
think it's
lot
good
of
for these
content
players
out
to
there
know the
for new
games.
players though. They have so many stones stacked up over time. I'm so
Hmm.
jealous of them.
I am too. I think
Yeah.
of people who haven't touched any Easy A ever and just sitting over 6,000 stones.
I
Yeah,
even want to think
yeah.
about that, dude.
I see it every, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So,
Skylar, I only have I have one more thing to talk about. So what was up with that line in the news that was like Vegeta will return on an upcoming banner?
mm, what do I think of it?
Yes. I cuz
After I say what I think, I would like to hear your opinion.
I okay.
So,
I think we're going to have a
I
pretty similar opinion.
I think that he is going to be returning in, like, March for Saiyan Day
I
or
don't think that
something, and I
means
think that
I think that makes sense though, you know?
or do
Cuz
you oh, are
I
you
think
on
it
the
makes
thing
too
where they're
much
gonna
sense.
release a gigantic banner at, like, year end where it has him on it?
No, I think one of two things. I think one, this means absolutely nothing, and he will release in March, like you're saying, and it's going to be completely normal and like within
Oh, they usually
schedule.
don't come
And
out that
I know
it's
that,
usually
but like
yeah,
fast, like fast.
faster.
That's like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
It means nothing. Like that. Not it's not that big of a deal. It's just some line that they're going to put in for all of these banners now. Like that's what it could mean, or it's like a slight hint that he's coming back in like a month or two, and they're putting that line in there so people can't get mad at them for summoning on this banner when he's going to be back like in a month or two. You know,
but why do you think he'd be back in a month or 2?
why would they fucking put that line in there? For in the history of Dokkan, they've never done that. It's 10 years.
Well, I was saying, like, if they did, what would you think that they would release? Like, do you think it would be, like, another Dokkan Fest banner and he would just happen to be the 2nd unit on it?
Yeah, I do think it probably would be something like that because I don't think it's going to be some sort of crazy thing because I Dokkan is a great game that I like a lot and they do really good things for the community sometimes, but they're also not going to they want to make money. They're not going to release banners that are crazy. They probably just want to release a theme like a Planet Namek Saga theme for like New Year's or some shit, and they want him on the banner, and they're just like, you know what, we're just gonna put this line in there and not worry about it, or
Um,
something like that. I don't know.
that's a good one. I could see it being Daima, where they do a Goku theme banner and a Vegeta theme banner, where it
Yeah,
has, like, different stages of them. Like, obviously, they're
yeah,
mini, and then maybe it's, like, early, and
yeah.
that
I
for
could see
Vegeta,
that.
he'd be the earliest Vegeta he'd be one of the earlier Vegetas.
No, you're totally right. So it would be like it. It would literally be like you could have the first banners, the new Daima characters be the features, and then the first one be the LRs from the the Saiyan Saga, and then it have it be the Super Saiyan Goku, and then the Vegeta that just came out, and they just have it keep going down arcs until like because they have enough Gokus and Vegetas from all of the arcs, they could do that on the banner
I
and have
was
them
thinking
line
more
up.
like we have a mini Vegeta, which is with the new Daima.
Yeah,
We have a starter Vegeta. We have a Super Saiyan Vegeta, which would be would be the tech one
Yeah,
again. Um,
that's true.
and then, like a like 2 or 3 I guess technically they do 10 featured now, so,
Yeah.
um, like, just filling out the rest up until
I
current.
think I think I think I'm very satisfied with the arc idea because 10 that makes sense. 10's roughly that
10
gets you
arcs
the
could
super,
cover
you know?
Vegeta's entirety. If
All the
they
way
do
up to
it well,
super,
they
you
cover it.
know? Yeah, they could do that.
Mhm.
And that could be a good reason to put the int and tech Majin guys on the banner
It
because
would
they could
be.
get
It's
an
a good
easy
idea.
A, yeah. Um, yeah, no, I think that's a good idea, Zach. Nice job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta give yourself a hand.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, there you go. um, all right.
I
I
have one
think I
more
want to.
question.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say I want to go play Sparking Zero now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Um,
You're good. Let's go.
so you said you had a problem with the consecutive banners, but
Mhm.
let's say something like this does happen again. What is something that would get you to be like, "Ah, I need that character." What specific part about a unit drives you in for that unit?
How original like they are for the most part. Like if I see another signed UI Goku, I'm probably not gonna summon on him because I already have one. You know that I summoned on and got
So if
and
it's
made
Super
me
Saiyan
happy.
Goku, you're good?
No, I'm not summoning on a Super Saiyan Goku. Fuck that. You know that's the number one way to get me to not summon on a banner is to make
What
it
if it is like
Goku.
another like Pycon?
I'd summon for a Pycon. I would I summon for an LR Pycon?
It doesn't
I
have to
don't
be
know.
LR. I think you are.
No, I don't know. I don't think I'd summon for a Pycon. I think it's like some sort of mixture between some vibe and some originality. You know,
Or
like
like a Garlic Junior, like a Super Garlic Junior.
I'd summon
Would
for an LR Super Garlic Jr. Because fuck yeah, man. One that like ultimately
Dead Zone.
stacks attack. That would be stick. I would like that.
Domain Dead Zone?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'd summon for that shit. Yeah, any day of the week. All right.
Yeah,
I
alright,
guess we
so
go.
originality.
What you like cards that are gonna you like the good ones, right? You don't
Yeah,
like
I like cards that stomp.
yeah.
Um,
So if
I
like
like cards that
what's
stomp and have, like, a nice l this is so niche, but if they have, like, a nice little like, whenever you're on their card, like, just their little picture in the front, if it looks really nice, I'm pretty tempted, I'm not gonna lie.
right?
Like, the Super Saiyan Trio has a really nice one with all of them standing there. Both the Brolys have a pretty nice one,
Skylar,
and
starting
that's
next
really
week, there's gonna be a Ginyu Force banner, and every single following week, another member of the Ginyu Force will drop, and starting next week, the Ginyu Force member that comes out is the best unit in the game, and every following member is even better than that. So you have to summon on all five of them.
oh,
Opinions go.
so my first thought would be, how often would I use the Ginyu Force?
They're
Um,
they're the most versatile units in the game. All of them, basically every category. All
second thought
five
is,
cards
I
are
don't
the
like
most broken
Raccoon.
things to ever exist.
Second thought is I don't like Raccoon, so I would not get
You
Raccoon.
wouldn't summon just for him.
I have personal beef with Raccoon. For
That's
some
fair.
because it's a very, very old Dragon Ball fighting game. I played with
Budokai
Caden,
Tenkaichi 3,
and, I will not specify what game it was,
because I nailed it.
'cause I don't remember.
Okay.
Um, but I was Raccoon and Caden was somebody else, and I was winning and I was boasting, and, he lost. So I have personal beef with Raccoon now, and I will not. I also think he was
Don't you
just
mean
stupid.
you lost, brother?
No, he lost.
Okay.
But, yeah, nice try though.
What?
But I also think Raccoon just looks stupid.
He
So
does, yeah.
that isn't the
Most of them
only
do.
important thing to me, but they are the key things. Like, another
Right.
thing is,
But you're
like, I
fine to
also like
summoning for the other four cards, right?
probably not, because I don't have the 5th now, so it wouldn't matter.
But you don't need to run all five of them together. They're insanely
But they'd be
versatile.
the best if they were all ran together, so no.
You don't need them all
Like,
together.
I got Tech Broly, so I was like, "I need Imp Broly." So I got Imp Broly.
But what if the first one is Ginyu and he's better and they get progressively get
I
slightly
literally
worse?
passed up on what was the best unit in the game to get Imp Broly because he fit me better.
I think we're arguing in a hole now. Do you want to go play
We
fighting
are
game?
because yeah.
I-
Big thing for me is they got to be good, they got to look good, and they got to mesh well with what I like to play with
You know,
every
I
day.
think it all just chalks up to vibes at the end of the day, if we're being 100%
Honestly,
honest. From all crews, it just is like, who do you vibe with, who do you mesh with, and then that's your favorite Dokkan character.
yeah, if you ain't vibing with the card, don't get the card. If you're vibing with the card, get the card.
So true. All right, we're gonna see you guys. I have no idea when I'm gonna do another one of these. I maybe monthly. That seems like what we're gonna do at this rate. So I guess we'll see you guys in November with another Dokkan discussion. All right. Goodbye, everyone. See you.